Okay. So the question for the manager is, what's your goal for the new season? Is the winning the European Cup is one of your goals?
Hello, how are you? Yes, I think it's a lot of goals for the next season. I think, of course, always it's about to win. We are so competitive. We are people that love to compete and win, and our goal, our target is try to win all the game that when you play, and the same in the training session on friendly games. Always you want to win because we are very competitive. But of course, I think our next goal, I think for the next season, first of all, is to to see how our squad is going to be, and then to settle our goals, trying to performance in the best way.
Dan.
Hi Mauricio, just to follow up on that, if your squad wasn't to change, you kept the same squad you've got now, what do you think is a realistic expectation for the season?
No, I don't. I think I never work with expectation. I work with the perception and always with the reality. I told you before in my previous press conference, I think I'm going to be happy with the squad that we are going to work on the end of the transfer window. I am not focused on that. I am very focused, and we are very focused in trying to help the team and the player to improve and to try to performance and get the result that we want.
Okay, Paul down here.
Mauricio, just on Sonny, I know you're more interested probably in what he's doing on the pitch, but just in terms of his kind of popularity here, has it surprised you the kind of level that it's at? No surprise. I think we can appreciate and see how the people love here in Asia to Sonny, and of course he's an icon. We were joking a little bit, that I compare him with David Beckham, in popularity, and of course, not surprise me, but it's good to see on place how the people love him, and how important is for the people him. I think it's that not surprise me. I'm happy. I am happy to hear him too, telling you that still want to improve, want to be better, want to work hard. That mentality is fantastic, and of course that is why it's a very good example for all the fans and for the people, not only here on Asia, if not in the world.
Manchester United tomorrow, obviously they had quite a tough time last season. Do you expect them to be a stronger opponent this year?
If I expect Manchester United
stronger
than
last season.
Look, it's only the beginning of the season. We are all the team working to try to improve and be better than the previous season. Of course, that for us to be better than the previous season is going to be difficult and tough, because to play to arrive to the final of the Champions League, I think is the best thing that you can get in football, no? Better is win. We didn't win. Maybe this season we are going to try again, and hopefully we can arrive again. But I don't know. I cannot talk too much about the other teams. I need to be focused in Tottenham. I need to be focused in trying to improve that squad, and we have plenty of players, the senior player and the young player, that all need help to be better every season, and we are focused on that.
Ali, down here.
Mauricio, Troy Parrott played very well the other day. He didn't look out of place against Juventus despite the fact he was only 17. Obviously Vincent Janssen we know is gone, Fernando Llorente is out of contract. Despite the fact he's only 17, could Troy be a part of your first team plans next season?
Today, yes. Complete yes. Tomorrow I don't know, but today yes. We are working with the player, trying to provide the best platform and the best possibility for them to performance and be comfortable with the first team. I think he's still so young, but we'll see what happens on the end of the transfer market. If we have the squad that we have today on the squad, of course, he's going to have the possibility to be part of the first team.
Okay, take a question from Simon at the back there.
Hello, Mauricio.
Hello.
Last season you overcame some incredible challenges, a lot of the times against all the odds. Do you think the expectation on your team will be different this season? And how will they handle that challenge?
In the last 5 years, expectation and the perception never match the reality. And why not to expect another season in the same place? For sure. We know very well that that is difficult for the people that is outside of the club to see the reality. But of course, I think we have a massive experience to try to provide a good balance in between the reality and the perception and the expectation. But it's not going to surprise me. Another season completely in different sides, no? The expectation and the perception with the reality. We are going to try to be in the middle and to try to pull inside in the middle and to get a good and the right balance.
Mauricio,
Hi.
you're all dry now, but half an hour ago the rain was pouring down. Could you just give us a little weather report? You didn't look very affected by the rain, but will it affect the game tomorrow, you think?
Hopefully no. Hopefully the weather and the pitch will be good to play and to share a great moment with our fans tomorrow here in Shanghai. Yes, but it's true, it was crazy because we were joking from Singapore, it's coming, the storm is coming and never come. And today arrived and it's unbelievable how it started to rain very fast and very high, no? And I think yes, it was good on the end of the session because it was very helpful for the player, but that not change our mind. I think not change how happy we are to be here and share with our fans and have the possibility to play another tough game, but of course in the same moment to prepare ourselves to start the season.
教练您好，就是我们知道社区足球在英国是有一个很好的传统和根基，那么就是尤其在托纳姆区，社区足球在社区里扮演了一个什么样的角色，以及它跟英超顶级联赛的扮演角色意义有什么不同吗？
We know that the community football is very popular, especially in England. Can you tell us the difference or the meaning of the community football in the Premier League?
With the question is the difference in between England and China, or
No, the community football. 您说的社区足球能明确一下吗？
就是他们因为托纳姆区有很好的一个社区足球的根基，然后他们那儿也有很多球员通过社区足球踢到联赛。
He's saying because in England or especially in Tottenham Hotspur, you have a good foundation of having this community football club, and many players have actually came from those community clubs.
Local areas.
Yeah.
So it's basically saying Tottenham's a very community club, looks after the local area, explaining to China what we do in our local community.
what we are doing?
What we do, yes, in terms of local football, taking players on appearances.
Yes, I think football is a tool that can integrate people. I think for us, for the club and for on England and for Tottenham Hotspur to work in this area is so important. That is why it's a lot of projects that helping the people to integrate to this society, of course, and to help to find the reason to have a better life and to provide work and of course, if we detect some people with talent to play football in a professional environment, of course, it's a great opportunity for them to have this possibility that maybe with that help should be impossible. I think it's so important. For the club is one of the most important area. I think because we receive a lot of help and love and attention, but I think we need to pay back all this, all that we receive in building this type of project that are so important for the people, because not only in England but around the world. I think the people that we have lucky to be in that position, I think it's so important to see that there's a lot of people suffering in the world that maybe cannot have access a very small things that maybe for us maybe we look and we don't give how important are, and for them I think it's a minimum detail can change their life.
Peter Stebbings from the news agency AFP. Mauricio, is a fellow Premier League rival tomorrow, albeit a friendly game. How important is a result, a good result, a win in the game tomorrow? Or are there other factors which are more important to you, such as avoiding injury? Thank you.
Yes, I think all is important. I cannot lie and say no. It's one thing is more important than another. What is important to see is the period of where we are, and we are going to play our second game. Of course, Juventus was important because it was our first game, but I told you that it wasn't the most important. The result on the end was the most important. The performance, how you start to feel on the pitch, and of course we are a little bit shorter in preparation if you compare with Manchester United, because they play 2 games more than us, and they start a little bit before than us. But of course, tomorrow is a lot of things that we are going to try to see and going to give the most important thing rather to only the result. Of course, when you compete, you want to win. And tomorrow we are going to try to be focused in different things, but of course too in try to win the game, because if you win, always is more easier to work, no, in a happy environment.
Mauricio, just on Sonny again, you've made a lot of successful signings in your time at Tottenham. Does he rank as one of your very best buys? And can you also just give me a bit of insight into what he's like as a professional to coach and manage? And just also, is there any chance at all that Llorente might possibly come back?
Sorry.
That was 3 questions.
3 questions.
Where do you want to start?
I think when you said to me, I signed a lot of. I was very successful with signing. I think it's not true, because always the club sign players, no Mauricio. Of course, in that structure, sometimes you have more important part in your opinion, or the club take more important percentage than your opinion, and sometimes no. That is why I think when it's successful, some player that sign for the club is very successful, we share in between all. And when the player fail, always is accuse the manager. Okay, I am responsible. That is the first question. And second was
what's Sonny like?
Sonny like to do.
So what's he like in the dressing room? What's he like when he trains?
No, Sonny is very. I think after the first season, he was very happy boy in Tottenham. Of course, the first season was very tough for him. If you remember, when he arrived, it was tough to adapt himself to England, to the new football, new culture, new habits. Tottenham was in a position that we start to grow very quick. In a project that was difficult to fit and come and to fit quick and to play, and remember that was very tough. But after that first season, his adaptation was unbelievable and became a very important player for us. And then
Fernando.
No, I don't know. I am not the person that you need to ask. Thank you.